What up, y'all? Let, let the chat fill up. Can y'all hear me? Whoever's in here. Hit the like button. Can y'all hear me? If y'all in the chat, let me know because the last one, the audio wasn't working. How's the audio? Can y'all hear me clear? Can y'all hear me? So somebody say something in the chat. Marcus, Nathan, what's going on, y'all? Let's put the camera back some. Let a few people get in here. Denver, what's going on? Hit the like as y'all come in. We gonna talk about it. Peace. I'll say for about the last month, YouTube, podcasts, interviews, it's been a little diabolical because all you seeing is people that came in the game together going at each other's necks, one big pissing contest. And I want to apologize to my fans and to my viewers because I don't want to add on to any of that uh, toxic riffraff that's going on YouTube. I don't, y'all know y'all come over here for positive internet energy. That's it. And like I said, um, we're gonna get into a few things and we're gonna talk intelligently about it. And I ain't gonna get too personal, you know, but I will address a few things. Right. So last week an interview dropped. Shout out to my brother Gat Taylor, formerly known as Gat Murder, from the Brooklyn Way, the curator, the writer, the director, the cameraman, everything. That's my brother. He also has a new platform called the Location Podcast. Um, we conducted an interview, um, and it just came out. So one of the first clips came out of me saying that Jim Jones didn't fuck with me. So let me re I'm gonna re-innovate on that. When I said that, it didn't come out of disgruntled, malicious place. It didn't come out of a bitter place because actually this is the most I've been happy and just free spirited, great mind, great energy that I've been in a long time. So I don't want nobody to take my truth as being disgruntled. It's nothing disgruntled about me. It's nothing bitter about me. I love all those guys. I love you, Hell Rel. I love you, Jim. I love you, Jewels. I love you, Cam. I love you, Zeke. I love the whole set, right? But I was speaking from a perspective of hurt, disappointment, not malicious, not disgruntled, not insubordinate, just from pure emotion. Because when you really love your friends or what you think is friends or what you think is family, and when disappointing things go wrong, it kind of put a strain on relationships, friendships, or whatever you want to call them. But when I said that Jim Jones didn't fuck with me, it didn't come out of a disgruntled place. It didn't come out of a place of bitterness, because I'm at this point in life, I'm very, 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 very proud of Jim Jones. I'm very proud of you, Jim. If you see this, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of the compound that you're crafting and putting together for the influencers. Is dope. It's genius if you ask me. It's dope. It's like that shit is dope. Jim have came a very long way from when he started in this game, and I have nothing but utmost respect for Jim. He's an ultimate hustler. But when I said what I said on Gat's podcast, it didn't come from a disgruntled place. It came from experiences that I had with my brothers, you know? And I took time out this last week to just think of, like, this is gonna be my last time even addressing this. This is gonna be my last time even talking about anything diplomat related, because it seems like when I tell my truth, people get rubbed the wrong way. But I watch everybody's interviews, I watch everybody's podcasts, and everybody say they tell their truths. I don't have a problem with it. If you mention me or not, I have no problem with it. Shout out to my brother T Money. He gave me a call. Shout out to Fred Money. He shot me a text through Instagram, and I just appreciate them for giving me a different perspective of what I've had on this situation right here. So like I said, what I said didn't come from a disgruntled place. It just came from frustration and emotion, because I've always wanted a dope ass, cool ass relationship with Jim. I've always fucked with Jim. I just didn't, just always felt he didn't fuck with me the same. Excuse my language, or or mess with me the same. Because I know YouTube flagging and they demonetize you for the curse words. So keep that on. Keep this at a minimum. When I said that, it came out of like, wow, like, you know, you like if you feel like you really rock with a person and they don't rock with you, it's just like it only take for only a few situations to go on, or to realize that y'all are not on the same page when it comes to how we rock with each other. And I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm talking out of my experiences, I'm not talking from a disgruntled place, because I have no problem with Jim. Shout out to Jim. Shout out to my bro King Street. Shout out to Dice Peso. Shout out to everybody over there at Vamp Life and IFC. That's what they got going on over there is dope. So when I do my rants and stuff, it's not coming from a disgruntled place at all, because I don't feel no type of way about nobody. It's a lot of stuff that I won't share with y'all that's past tense. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting past that. I'm getting past that. Yeah, it was definitely the timing. It was the timing. It was definitely the timing. Cause I don't want to be a person that they look like adding on getting that gym. Cause I don't have no problem. I'm very disappointed on what's going on with him and Cam and Dame. Even what's going on with DNA, Jay Mills and Goods. It's just like, yo, we use our platforms to tear each other down, and it's corny, man. It's corny, man. Right, what we all work so hard for is dying right in front of our face. The music game is dying right in front of our face. The battle rap game is dying right in front of our face because we spending more time on bringing each other and dissing each other and letting out dirty secrets than we even putting out material. If and I'm talking for a whole, all of us. If we spent more time on our crafts and put out music and clothing and films more than what we actually use to go against what we all gone hard so hard for. It's just corny, man. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part. I don't want to get looked at as another person coming at a friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching friends, people that actually I know that got real love for each other, go at each other over nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, as a man, I can take uh, accountability. So I apologize for anybody that took anything any type of way. But I'm not apologizing for my truth. It's just something that I felt that me and Jim didn't all didn't see eye to eye on the same paths. I always felt that I fucked with Jim more than he fucked with me. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I always had love for them brothers. Still do to this day. Very, like I said, I'm very proud of what he got going on. Cause nobody would have never thought Jim would succeed or excel to the artist and businessman that he is today. He showed growth. He's showing growth, and I don't want to be a, a element, a part of an element, or a part of something that's hindering or going against what he's got going on. Because that's not my meaning. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a disgruntled, malicious place. I'm just talking off of experiences that I had with my brother. And if you see this, Capo, it ain't no. I don't have a problem with you, bro. I'm very proud of what you got going on. I just, when they ask me my relationships with my brothers, I just kept it. I'm a transparent person. I'm kind of like you. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm an emotional person. So I just told my relationship with my guys. I miss my brother Jewels. I haven't seen him or spoke to him in like 5 years. Only one and I'm not even that frequently in contact, but the person that I'm more in contact with out of the whole set is Cam. Shout out to Cam. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just me being a person that takes full accountability for his actions. I just want to apologize to anybody that took anything that I said in that interview the wrong way. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm not a disgruntled person. I'm very happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hard worker. I stay on my grind. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that I put my best foot forward when it comes to my business and stuff. So I don't really look at what other people are doing or what other people have. And my success don't depend on money or material objects. Because at the end of the day, true success to me is just living and taking care of your family. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about a status no more. Because a lot of that stuff be smoke and mirrors. A lot of it be facades. A lot of it be perception. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my viewers and my people that support me to think I'm some bitter, disgruntled person, because I'm not. I don't come from that. I just tell y'all about my experiences in life. And everything is not going to be a fun experience. Everything ain't going to be a highlight. You're gonna have some bitter. You're gonna have some bittersweet memories. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way of the world, man. That's just the way in the world. In the music industry, it's a very lucrative business, but it's a very, very dark place. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a dark place. Like I said, everything is a facade. So if you think that because somebody has a lot of jewelry or a lot of cars or a lot of money that they're happy, nah, this business is a very dark place. It drives you crazy. It plays on your psyche. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a real strong person mentally for this game because it's a mental war in this game. They try to break your mental down because if your mental broke down, you ain't gonna think about your business. Your body gonna go everything. You got to stay headstrong in this music business because it's a very very dark place, and it separates you. It separates you. Like I always tell people, the most beautiful time I had in the music business is when I didn't have anything. When I all we cared about was rhyming and creating music. Once the females get into play and the money and the cars and the jewelry and the ego and all that and status, it takes the fun away. It just separates everybody because everybody's on their own plane. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to come to apologize to everybody, the fans, everybody, because I'm not a disgruntled person. Y'all come to my platform for positive internet energy. Y'all come here for positive outlooks and positive perspectives on things that's negative. So I don't ever want to be a person that was adding on to the riffraff. It just sucks. I turn on my on YouTube and I just be disgusted now because it's just like, damn, this what we doing. We just tearing each other down. We just creating these podcasts just to tear each other down. We creating these avenues to tear each other down, talk down on each other, let out dirty secrets, say the most despicable, diabolical things to each other, and all at the end of the day, all we really doing is the facing the legacies that we work so hard to build. Yeah, I definitely. I want to do I want to do an artist to artist interview with Jim. There's things I would want to share with Jim. Why even was I even felt that way to even say that in the interview. There's a couple of things that I feel like me and him should talk about. Things that happened in the past that wasn't addressed sometimes can become a trigger, come frustration because it was never, nipped in the bud or was never it was never a conversation about certain things. But that's still no excuse to make anybody feel any way because I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into that. Like shout out to my bro T Money. He hit me and he was like, "Yo," because when he hit me, I'm thinking he was coming at me, and he was like, "Nah, just listen to me, little bro. Check it out. Same way you want people to tell the truth with no punches, you got to do the same thing. And sometimes, little bro, you can't be rough. You can't be mad to ruffle a little feathers because sometimes the truth hurt." And he said, "Yo, I know I've been there with you. I know what you did. I know what you seen. I know how you felt. I know what you received. And you have every right to feel the way you want to feel. But when you tell your stories and when you be G checking niggas on how they be telling, make sure you do the same. It's just like basically saying practice what you preach. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated him for reaching out. You know what I'm saying? Because he told me, he's like, nah, you ain't say nothing wrong. You ain't say nothing wrong, little bro. I don't want you to think I'm calling you, jumping on you or nothing. I want you to know that yeah, sometimes you gonna say things and it's gonna rub people the wrong, but we all know that the truth hurts sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The truth hurts sometimes. Matter of fact, the truth hurts all the times, especially when it's said by a person you don't want to say it. That's where the truth comes from. It don't. The truth don't never come from the dude you with every day. It comes from somebody that you least respect or least expect. That's how that come. The time he cut your verse out. That's definitely one of the situations, but I ain't gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at a place right now where I'm very forgiving. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a place where I gotta let bygones be bygones because dwelling on past tense is not gonna get you nothing in the future. We living right now for the future, for the days to come. Whatever happened, you can't like they always say you can't even cry over spilled milk. You just gotta wipe it up and buy you a new carton. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna see me on here bashing nobody. Y'all not gonna see me on here talking about nobody. Shout out to my guy Eat Oil. You know he did some covering on this situation, but like I said, my interview wasn't meant to be malicious or come from a disgruntled or insubordinate uh, point of view. It's just my experience and how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And something like a conversation between me and Jim can get past this because I got mad love and respect. You know what I'm saying? I always looked at the Jim in a lot of ways because he beat the odds. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't expected to do what he's doing right now, and for him to be doing it, he's doing it at a big level, and he's helping a lot of people live out their dreams that they might have it might have took them longer to do it if they was doing it on their own. What he got going over there at that compound is remarkable. That's what I'm gonna say about it. It's remarkable what's going on over there at that compound. Shit is dope. I see it. People send me things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be a part of what's going on. It's just to push the culture, man. Because the culture need pushing because it's dying, man. It's dying. It's dying. Everybody is turning to media, and instead of using the media to push the culture, everybody got a story to tell. Everybody done been through some things in this music business. Everybody done been through the most wickedest things in music business, and now having platforms like podcasts is just like therapeutic to some people to actually get all this stuff that's been building up over the times off their chest. And I don't feel like it's some people using it in a malicious way, but others use it as therapy. And it's just like, yo, sometimes you not gonna feel everything a person is saying, and you definitely not gonna feel it if you know it's the truth. See, the thing is, the reason why truth hurts so bad because truth hurts people that don't like to take accountability for what they did. That's the only thing that the truth hurts. That's the only thing that truth hurts is people that don't like to take accountability for their actions. If you're a person that take accountability for your actions, you apologize. You know what I'm saying? You try to go through another day and overcome those obstacles and those hurdles that you go through within your circumference with the people that you actually love. Like I said, fame, money, material things separate us, our egos, everything. And at the end of the day, when we lose it all we really do is have each other. When all this else fell, all we would have is each other. When we ain't have nothing, all we have is each other. We is loving one another. We bros. We a die for. We a fight. We a do anything for each other, right? Why when we get wealthy and get rich, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not wealthy or rich, but I'm saying why once we get $1 over lunch money, don't nobody rock with each other. I think that's ass backwards. Like we was together when we was broke, but now that everybody got a little something, a little fame, a little notoriety, nobody rocks with each other. And not in like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like we so separated. Why? When we when we worked hard as a contained unit to show others that we can work together and actually accomplish things. We can accomplish things on our own, but accomplishing things with your peers, people that you starve with, people that you shared sandwiches with, it ain't no greater feeling than making money and and succeeding in life and elevating in life no better with your friends. That's the best feelings to see your friends that had holes in their sneakers, buy houses and cars and jewelry and have kids and take care of their girl and take care and be able to provide. Who don't want to see somebody excel? You gotta have a evil demonic spirit to don't want to see somebody excel in life. That's what keep me driving. People that I see that's from where I'm from excel, it's still a chance for me to excel. Not the crab in the barrel, like he almost at the top of the barrel. Let me pull him back down. Nah, let him get out that barrel. Let him go let him go see the world. Let him come back, tell us stories, and so it can motivate us. Not to start animosity or conjure up um, malice or mischief thoughts of of jealousy and just being envious. You know what I'm saying? Success from another person should always supposed to be motivation. It's never supposed to come from a jealous standpoint because if he's from where you from, he went through the same thing you went through, and it's his time, and everybody get a time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people get more than once. Look at Max B. He about to come home after doing 17 years. Before he did that, he did like 5. Before he did that, he did like 8. Man did more time in in prison than he actually did on the streets. Now he come home to get to succeed and excel in life once again. It's a way for everybody, man. And like I just come here to just speak some positive words because at the end of the day, all this stuff is nonsense, man. We don't need to be dissing each other. It's corny. It's corny. It's corny. It's corny. It's corny. It's corny. Cause it's just like we top tier. Everybody is excelling. All right, let's go against each other. Nah, you can't go to war without no allies. If everybody's warring, it's just gonna be chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be chaos. Definitely a way for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be prepared for your turn. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be prepared for your turn. And when you get it and you win, share it and teach others to do the same. So like I said, my interview wasn't meant to be malicious. But now I'm just speaking my truth on my experiences, man. And everything ain't gonna always be sugar coated. I'm not a sugar coated. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I always been transparent with telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel and how I've always felt. Like we was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's a time in life where you have to show growth, man. If you're not growing, man, you just stagnant, man. And I'm not a stagnant person. My whole life has been about growth. I remember when I used to walk the streets and people walk past me. Now I walk down the streets and at least 15 people a day recognize me from my contribution from acting to music to fashion. So I'm so appreciative of, succeeding things, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a process, man. And every win ain't gonna be big. Some games you only gonna win by 1 point. Some games you gonna win by 20. But the object of the game is to win. And the only way to win in the game is to have a team. You can't win by yourself. You can't do none of this by yourself. And instead of us lashing out and trying to embarrass each other and deface these legacies that we build, we gotta sit down. We need to like we got platforms to where we can Zoom call. We don't even have to be in the same room. Let's have a big discussion. Everybody that's beefing to have some type of discrepancy. Let's all just talk like men. Because at one point in time in life, we all loved each other and unconditionally. All the things that don't matter, all the things that you can't take with you when you leave this earth don't matter. You might have a car, you might have change, you might have a house. But when you looking up at your family gatherings and it's only your siblings there, it's lonely at the top. And it's always been jewels and movies and books, and I'm like, when like a lot of people just thought it was a dope, clever line they said in the Five Heartbeats. It's lonely at the top. Nah, it's very lonely at the top because once you excel to a certain steps and you going like this, and your people not going there with you, it's just gonna create unwanted animosity just cause. And it's not because you don't love them, and it's not because they don't love you. It's just that they want to excel too. And sometimes everybody don't have the same tools or the same timing or the same resources to excel at the same time. That's why it's important to create a team. Because if we a team, if I win, you win. We all excel, and something's gonna be. And you going like it takes a team to win a championship, right? Everybody not gonna get the same playing time. I can be the guy that only come in and score 2 points every quarter, but if I got a guy on my team that's scoring 30 points and we winning every game, I'm gonna win a chip too. Long as I contributed, I don't care how much floor time I got. Long as I'm there repping those same colors with y'all, I'm gonna take it on the chin if I lose, and I'm gonna celebrate if we win. But you gotta have a team, and that's how we excel. And some is going to excel past one another. Sometimes one of us is going to get richer than the other, and I can't bother you because we all was created to come together and excel together. If you create a team and we all on the same accord, we gonna win big together, and we gonna come up together. And at times it's just like a rocket ship. Everything that goes up into the atmosphere, some parts break off as it goes further and further up. It's just gonna be a certain amount of people that's gonna be there, still gonna be there with you when you go up and when you come down. Because whatever goes up comes down, man. I've never had an issue with true life. My issue with true life was uh being, how they say, guilty by association. I've never had an issue with anyone in the rap business. Because it's corny. I would have stayed running around in the streets for that. Nobody want to get in the rap game to beef. We all at the same spots. We like, it doesn't make sense. It just is like, I'm not gonna walk down a block if I'm walking down the block and somebody tell me, yo, when you turn that corner, it's mad lions and bears, and they gonna eat your ass. Excuse my language. They gonna get you. I'm not turning down that block. Some people put themselves in situations to prove themselves until they dead or incarcerated. I don't have nothing to prove on being a street guy. Thank you. So, like I said, I'm not gonna apologize for my reality, but I will apologize to anybody that take offense. Cause sometimes reality is harsh, man, and we gotta, you know, that's why this is a ending chapter of talking about the past. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't get you nowhere. Everybody like the only time it's good to talk about the past is when you talking about good memories, because sometimes that's all we got. Let's start talking about, even though we got discrepancies with each other or whatever, we ain't on the same time and whatever. Let's enlighten the good times, because it was way more good times than it was bad times, and that's what we got to start dwelling on. I had way more fun with you. I had way more experience and success with you than I did without you. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, thanks to everybody that's tuning in. I remember I was sitting here before I got on live. I was watching A&R live. Rest in peace to Chubby Baby, right? Just before Chubby died, me and Chubbs had like a 2 hour FaceTime conversation, and he was just telling me, man, like he was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you this, and I was older than Chubbs, but just his stature, like, like age don't matter to who you look up to. You can look up to a young person just off of, like, it don't matter. Like age, none of that matters to somebody that you admire. And Charles was definitely a person that highly admired. His style, his grind, the way he loved his family. And when we was talking, he was like, yo, bro, you think half the guys that I helped got rich? I'm still in contact with or really have a relationship with. I'm only kick. I only have the relationship with the real ones. You know how many guys I made rich that won't even mention me in interviews and stuff like that. And I just like he was like, so I know your pain when you be lashing out. He said I be seeing everything you do, bro. But you gotta understand, man. Long as you know what you did, you ain't gotta mention nothing you did. Cause at the end of the day, you know and they know. The person you did it for, they know. They ain't they not oblivious of what you did for them. It just some niggas is gonna be real niggas and some niggas is gonna be fake niggas. And you gotta understand that. You gotta learn how to differentiate who's who in this game. He said the ones that you help succeed is you won't even have a number. Only the real ones is gonna stick next to you and ride out and keep it real with you like they kept it real with you. They ain't gonna get rich and run off and act like you wasn't a part of their legacy or none of that. Like I ain't gonna discuss a lot of things that me and because we discussed a lot, but he just was dropping jewels like, you know, he was like, man, I respond, man, I went over to Epic and I helped them sell 65 million records. I helped niggas make. I brought millions to their company. You don't fully get the appreciation you get, even after you even won big. It only count to the ones that matter because you only as good as your last play. And when he said that to me, I was just like, now you know what, Chubbs, you right. He said, you never want to be the smartest one in the room, You never want to be the smartest one in the room. Even when you know you the smartest one in the room, play dumb. Because when you play dumb, you still learning. You don't know everything. You can be the smartest person in the room and don't know shit. You can be the smartest person in the room and don't know nothing. Don't let that go over your head. That was one of the most powerful conversations, and it was heartbreaking because months later, my boy Chubbs died. I was actually in Atlanta at the time of his service. I was so far out in another part of Georgia that I wouldn't even made the circle. Like it was just so much. I was down there shooting a film, and it was just like, soon as I landed in Atlanta, I felt this presence because he put his mark. He wasn't even from Atlanta originally, but he went down there and moved down there and put his mark so much on that town that it was remark like, you know what it take to be from New York and move to a place like Atlanta and start from the ground up and build a legacy for families. Like, y'all don't even know. Like, my boy went down to Atlanta and turned up so much. He responsible for likes of like people like Future, 21 Savage, and the list goes on. The list goes on to what that man contributed to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And when he passed, only the real ones mentioned him. Shout out to Coco Vango and Light Skin Keisha and Ruggs and people that like the like I didn't like you didn't even see people that he helped get rich post him. Shout out to Ray Daniels too. Ray Daniels post like you ain't see like you didn't like people that he had a that if they never met Chubbs, they never would have succeeded in life with that music thing. And Chubbs, he would always talk about how he put up so many numbers and it was still hard for him to get his credit. So when I be lashing out, I'll be like, yo, you bugging. Like, you don't remember the conversation you had with Chubbs? He told you everything that he did. He put up numbers and people still ain't want to give him his flowers. So he was like, man, I'm growing my own. I know what I did out here. I went to Epic and put up 65 million, helped him sell 65 million records. That ain't no walk around the park. And Chubbs was a street nigga. Anybody that know Chubbs will tell you he was a street nigga. Get to the money in the streets. They changed this a whole 360, 360. Went from a street nigga to an executive and a high elite executive in the music business, black music. Put on so many people in Atlanta, and he was from New York, but he went down there and made Atlanta his home. So when he died, it kind of left a stain on my heart because I'm all I have is that last conversation I had with Chubbs, and he was just breaking down so many things. S- You know what I'm saying? So many things he put together. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like at a time he was like, it was a time when I was down and it was like, yo, half these guys, I'm like, wouldn't even pick up the phone. He was like the guys that I did least expect was coming to check me and making sure I was still able to bust moves, and I was just like, word. He was like, man, the game get, the game get wicked. Cause from the get go, you dealing with a bunch of selfish motherfuckers, man. You dealing with selfish people. People in this game is very selfish, man. They only want they do like it's very seldom that you see people get in this game nowadays and actually want everybody to eat. If we all work and we all deserve a paycheck, don't matter what position you got, you putting in work, you deserve to get paid for your work. What makes you different? Why should you get paid for your work? And when I'm asking for mine, you looking at me like I'm disgruntled. Or if I get on a podcast and talk about my endeavors or my truths in the game, people it rubs them the wrong way. I'm only telling my truth. I don't get disgruntled when y'all tell y'all truths. I don't. I get disgruntled when I see lies, but I don't get disgruntled when you telling your truth, especially when I was there. And you don't even have to mention me for the things that I was there, but don't lie. A lot of people just get on these podcasts and they lie to make their stories seem so grandiose. People don't know the grandiose story is the truth. Tell the truth. That's why people be having so many discrepancies on the internet because they get up here and they forget they actually they even forget or they don't care to tell the truth. So they just like nowadays we in a society where the truth is the lies is more entertaining than the truth, and the truth nobody cares about. You can tell the truth, nobody cares about it. But if you sit up here and tell a lie, it's more entertaining. You sit up here and degrade your own people and deface legacies that you work so hard to build. That's entertaining. Seeing a guys that they used to see was that's one times acceptable, um, like undeniably friends, and then they turn to arch enemies. People enjoy that. They don't enjoy. They'd rather see the people that's inseparable part than to actually win triumph forever. I never. Why are we saluting the losers? We out here saluting the losers stuff. We out here. We out here like shit is corny. We out here saluting the losers and falling into like all of it. All this is just one big plan to get rid of what we making so much money off of because everybody feels that they have something to prove. Everybody got podcasts. Everybody's gonna say something that's gonna rub the wrong way. They know what they doing. Whoever's controlling all this money and all these endorsements and all that, they know what they doing. They know what they doing. They know what they doing. Once we lose control of something that we create or really put the stamp on, they gonna take it from us. They see we make too much money. The money is too much power. Cause you know who's making the money? The blacks and the Latinos. And nobody don't want to see blacks and Latinos empowered nowadays, man. They'd rather see us poor, living in poverty, killing, filling up their jails, stuff like that. But now we can sit for an hour and 30 minutes and talk and get endorsements and all type of things and money, and we don't even have to rap no more. So they know, they be like, you know what? We just gonna let these guys go at each other. We gonna egg them. We gonna give them more money because the money gonna make them more cocky, more arrogant, and they just gonna be feeling themselves. So it's just and it's good for ratings. It's good for ratings. It's going like whatever brings traction to the company, whatever makes money. Don't matter if it ends up in death or tragedy, long as it makes money. Ain't nothing really. I can't tell you what's going on with the set, bro. I can't tell you what's going on with the set. I don't know. I've been so like detached from everyone and not by choice. It's just that's the like music business. I'll tell everybody, music business is very lucrative, but very wicked. It's very wicked. I'm glad I got to see two parts of the industry though. I got to see the industry that once was, and I got to see the industry now. It's really no industry now. Everybody's independent. It's no infrastructure. Everything is like DIY, do it yourself. Everything is like so. Everybody's more hands on. They cut the middleman out. It's no it's no labels. It's no black CEOs like that no more. You ain't like we had Rough Riders, we had Rockefeller, we had Bad Boy. None of that exists right now. What happened to all that money? What happened to all the money? Like, where did the legacy go? Who controls it? Who controls the money? Who controls the infrastructure? Rough Riders generated hundreds of millions of dollars. Bad Boy generated hundreds of millions of dollars. Death Row generated hundreds of millions of dollars. All these labels, Rockefeller, generated hundreds of millions of dollars. I just named four of the most powerful record labels in the music business thus far, and none of those labels exist. Now you got Jay with the Rock Nation, and they got their management team and all that, but other than that, who else rocking? They wait. If y'all gotta see what they did. If you wasn't if you wasn't leaving the street element out the game, they was getting rid of you. No more Murder Inc. They got rid of anything that's street indoctrinated. Any you got any gangsters, anything around you, we getting rid of it, and that's what they did. Jay-Z seen surpass that. I don't need that. I was a hustler. I was a drug dealer. I did this. 90 bricks fell back. All Jay did it. Now you don't even look at Jay like that no more. You look at Jay as a black executive, black excellence. Those other labels, the other execs, they wasn't ready to do that, and they got rid of them. You see what they did with Puff? Shout out to the super chat. You think the character from Belly with the glasses and long hair, loosely based on you? Now, I didn't know anybody that was doing the production for the movie, so it couldn't be based. Everybody does that as a joke, but no. That's came from Menace to Society that played that character. Well, thanks for the super chat, Matt McKenzie. But yeah, man, there's no such thing as the music industry anymore. It's still music business that's going on, but there's no more music industry. The industry is is an infrastructure. There's no more infrastructure. You don't have to you don't have to create demos and go to labels no more. You can actually sit in your room, create a record, upload it, and it just might you just might be lucky if it go. You only need one record to change your life. You do two, you be set for life. You do three, you can change a bunch of lives. But it's always know this industry now don't even go for talent. So you gotta have some personality going on to even get noticed. It's about personality. It ain't about how nice you can rap. When I came up, you have to be nice. You have to be talented. You have to be something they can market. You have to be something that was just like that was tangible and was like, all right, we're gonna create this from the ground up. Nowadays, all you rappers, y'all coming out straight out the box, 9 chains on, cars, houses, all this. You don't see the growth. That's why y'all fade out quick. Your story is nothing else. We can't grow with you. You already rich. How can we grow with you as fans and you already succeeded? It's no story to tell. You came out the gate 9 chains on. Nas ain't come out the gate with 9 chains on. Biggie ain't come out the gate. You seen the growth. You seen when they had the little links to where he got the big QB and Biggie got the Jesus piece and his changes and he got the Willies and the Cool G's. Big came in the game dusty hoodies and fatigues. Nas came in the game in Nautica sports winter jackets and skellies and chuckers. Wu Tang came in like niggas ain't have much, and and the infrastructure everybody was dropping every 2 3 years, maybe 4 years. So for 4 years you toured and rocked off of one album if you was hot. See, they don't tell you about the game. See, people they get up here and they don't tell you about the infrastructure. There's no more infrastructure. There's no more tangibles. That's why the ones that's still dealing the tangible goods is winning. The Rock Marcy's, the 38 specials, the Benny Bushes, they rock them. They still got cassettes, they still got CDs, they still got vinyls. They still actually selling you hands-on product, direct to consumer. It ain't no middleman. All the money that they making, the label would have made if they were signed to a major. Your merch money, your marketing money, you don't get to see that. You hardly ever get to see. You don't know how much money. That's why you gotta get your books and your budgets automated and all that to know what they spend and where they spent it. You don't see that marketing money. They tell you you might have $1 million. Say this is how I got tricked thinking I was gonna be a millionaire. I wound up seeing $1 million over time in the game, but not at once, right? $1 million record deal. If you lucky, you might see 100 bands for events, 75,000, 100,000 events. If you was that, it was money all over the place. So just say you get $100,000 advance, $500,000 of that budget is going towards recording, features, clearances, studio time, food budget, stuff like that. Then you got the marketing, money. Marketing is TV shows like 106 in Park, billboards, MTV, TRL, uh, everything for visuals. That's your marketing. They gotta market you. You gotta be everywhere. Once you spend out advance, the only time you're gonna see some money is when you start doing some shows. And if you don't get no shows, you don't get no dough. That's where the money is at. If you ain't no big star coming out the gate selling 2, 3 million, you're not gonna see you done seen people sell 20 million records and didn't get no money. You better off buying a house in Atlanta than Jersey. You know what I mean? How much homes cost in Bergen County? Nobody comes out the gate and goes to Jersey and buy a house. You go get you a luxury apartment, and if you do, if you smart, you can definitely get you a house if you smart. But you'll be broke right after that. You gotta spend that. You don't go out and go buy. Like people will get a 75,000, $100,000. Say they give you $200,000 advance. What you gonna go spend on? Go get a $100,000 car, $50,000 watch, a 30, $40,000 chain, 20,000 in clothes. You're broke in a little apartment, and now you got to juggle that until you start getting some features, doing some shows, getting some type of sponsorships and endorsements. Cause all you don't see none of that budget, as far as recording. Shows is where it's at, and that's what people don't understand. If you don't got no shows, you ain't getting no money. Most rappers is broke, right? I went broke. I had to create revenues of income to stay afloat when the music didn't work. I created a merch business for printing and design. You know what I'm saying? I've created other businesses for other people, just investing so I can have other revenue. Like I had to play it smart because I know I wasn't an artist that was getting super booked. And even the artists that get super booked, you get a dry spell to where you might not get no bookings for months. But you used to the money coming in so fast, and you spending is coming in lump sum. You might get 50, 60,000 in a few weeks, but you going to spend 10 in the clothes. You might go buy every time you get a big lump, you going to buy a watch. You leasing a car. You living, you tricking, you flying things in and out. That money don't last, and they ain't gonna tell you that. There's only very few people that you're gonna get in this game that's gonna be genuine, that's gonna advise you to have good lawyers, good accountants, you know what I'm saying? Good investment partners. You gotta do that. You can't get in the game and treat rap money like it's drug money. You can't do that. And the music, you gotta know the music is the re-up. The music is the work. So if you putting out bum work, you're not gonna make no money. So you gotta always concentrate on your craft and your marketing. That's why uh Westside Gun is a genius. He's a master at marketing. Once he got in tune with his fan base loved and liked about him, he ran with it. He know what they like. It's easy for him now. He can just sit there and be like, I know what's gonna pop. It get to the point where anything he drop, they gonna gravitate to it because it's coming from him. And he's putting value on it by the way he's presenting it. He's presenting it like it's the flyest thing on earth. He's presenting it like it's a it's art, and it is art. He's presenting it like it's a Mona Lisa, but more than one person can have a piece of my legacy. So, like when you like, I watch, I learn. That's why I don't when like I tell people, don't mind me if I'm telling my truths. It's not coming from a disgruntled place because I have no quarrels with anybody. I have no quarrels with nobody, and that's how I sleep. I'm able to sleep good at night because I know I don't have no quarrels with nobody. I don't have no problems with nobody. I don't got no. I don't feel like I have no enemies. If you're an enemy of mine, I don't know it. Cause I don't get into nothing to be having enemies. I try to keep everything to a minimum. If you just a hater, you a hater, and you can hate from over there. You know what I'm saying? You can hate from over there. You just gotta watch and learn, man, and understand. Just understand the power of what you got, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, that's my last time even talking about Dipset, man, because I remember more good than bad. I had more, I had more dope times than bad times with the fellas. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it didn't. It didn't. You gotta understand, the Rockefeller breakup affected everything. It wasn't just Dipset, but by that time, Dipset was a contained unit and it can move on its own. Dipset ain't Dipset because of Dipset. That's internal. That has nothing to do with the business. It's internal. I always tell people, man, we was too competitive with each other. There's no reason for me to compete if I'm on the same team with you. If I'm going to compete, I'm going to play for another team. Why, if we on the same team, why are we competing against each other? The object of the game is for us to compete against other teams. You are supposed to, my team, we are brother, we it's a brotherhood. And our whole outlook should be destroying anything in front of us, not looking at why do the shooting guard want to be better than the point guard? Why do the point guard want to be better than the center? Why does the center want to be better than the two forwards? Nah, we don't have to be better than each other. We got to be better than them. Why are we competing with each other? It's because everybody was solo artists. But for a big common cause, people was became a contained unit and a conglomerate to make one common cause. But how things went, you didn't get to see JR blossom to the way he could have blossomed. You won't get to see 40 Cal or Hell Rel. Nobody get to blossom because the fans were so used to seeing us as one entity, and then once it broke up, it's kind of like your favorite basketball team break up and they just playing by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever teammates. and they making teams that's not even in the. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, man, why? Like, what's going on? Like, imagine in the heyday of the Bulls, Jordan just left, Pippen just left, Cartwright just left. Everybody just saying, "Nah, I'm gonna be the man." You would have never had. You would have never had legacies. You would have never had the '96 Bulls. You would have never had none of that if it wasn't for Jewels, Cam, Jim, Zeke, 40 Cal, Harrell, J.R. Ryder, Jaja, Max B, SAS, A Mafia, Uncasa, Purple City, and the list goes on and on. They love Dipset because of what we brung, not what I brung, not what Jim brung, not what Jewels brung, not what Cam brung. It's what we brung as an entity. And once we started overly competing with one another, that's when things go haywire. It was no need to compete with each other. We on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Once we learn how to stop competing with each other and start learning how to compete against the ones we supposed to compete against, that's when everything gonna blossom. But it's a lot of things that is done and said that people can't come back from. But that's why I don't go overboard. I just speak my truth. And if my truth is overboard, so be it. But my truth is not malicious. My truth is my truth, and my truth is always um coming from a vulnerable and, and informative place. Never a malicious, never disgruntled, never insubordinate, never that. Cause I don't have nothing but love for all them guys. Everybody that I name, I got wild love for everybody. I have no problem, never did. But sometimes when we get on these platforms and we speak freely, everybody's not gonna agree how freely you speak. That's why we just gotta learn how to respect one another. We don't have to rock with each other. We don't have to hang with each other. We don't have to make money together. But we do have to respect each other. And that's all I really got to say, man. This is my last time even addressing this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of blown out of proportion because it was just like I'm just telling my truths on my experiences. I just always felt that I rock with him more than he rock with me. And that's no, and that's not an issue for nobody to be upset. That should just be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And if we did have a conversation, I'll just put out on the table why I felt that reason to where that comment even came out. You know what I'm saying? It come from a malicious place. It just came from a place to where it was like, sometimes things be having to be said to get to a better place because everybody hold on to something that's bottled up, and that's why we all have triggers because we don't sometimes face our problems head on or even you know try to resolve them. We just let them linger in our minds, and we just let them linger and be bottled up until one day you just explode. And when you explode, it comes out in a way to where you didn't even want to present it that way. Because I'll tell anything, you might dislike a person, you might hate a person. Well, if you once loved a person, that love can become distant, but it don't go nowhere. If you truly love somebody, you will always love them. You will just love them from a distance. And I believe that. You might not always have a buddy buddy, chummy chummy relationship. But if you truly love one of your comrades, a female, a family member, and y'all can't see eye to eye, I truly believe that that love don't go nowhere. It just get very distant. You know what I'm saying? Once love is always love. Sometimes you just can't. You gotta love from a distance. And as I got old, as I became older in life, I understood all those sayings that my grandmother and my aunt used to tell me and what I used to hear. Now I fully understand those theories and all that stuff. So when I get on my, when I speak from the heart, it's not coming from a malicious place because without the ups and the downs, you don't got no story, man. And somebody from where I'm from, my walks of life, nobody wants a sweet story. It gotta have some 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 disruption there. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a good story without if it's not no disruption. If you just got a clean slate and you just getting through life and everything seems like it's peachy clean and all, what's the story? What's the angle? What's the hook? That's it. You was your mom's pops had sex. He was born. You went to school. You went to college. You got a good job. That's it. What happened in between there? There's no story, no girlfriend, no first love, no nothing. And that's kind of how we all portray life. We like. I remember like I was talking to one of my homeboys and I was like, man, it's like 15, maybe the last things been going so fast. Maybe the last 15 to 18 years was like a blur. Like I remember things and like scenes. Like I can smell something, I can hear something, and then I can remember about 30 to 40 different things. Like wow, the thoughts that I put in the back of my mind and my memory that I thought I forgot about, and it just be like, man, memories and experiences is all we got in this lifetime, and we can't take none of it with us. Once you gone, and none of the memories as soon as you leave, as soon as you gone, all that fades away. Everything you went through, every experience in life, once you die, you don't remember nothing. Once you leave this plane, all that's nothing. You don't remember nothing. It doesn't exist no more. It only exists after you, if you immortalize and you leave something behind. That's why what a legacy is, to leave something behind so you can always be mentioned, at least. You know how many people are in the cemetery that never get visit? You know how many people that get buried in a cemetery and never get a visit, never get they plot clean, never get flowers, never get they loved ones to come sit on the lawn and talk with them. That's the harsh reality of our life. Sometimes we go like, all right, when it's over, it's over. It's up to us, the ones that's left over, the left back, to carry on the legacies, and it's us to put out the teachings to the youth to do the same. If we have nobody to carry on tradition, life is meaningless. A lot of things that you worship in life is meaningless, especially when it's not shared with family. Point, point granted. You know how when you growing up, 4th of July special to you, cookouts, Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners, birthdays, everything special to you. Those is the best times, especially when it's family time, right? But what happens when the family tree start dying off, the grandmas, the aunts, the uncles, mishaps within the family, those same family functions ain't the same no more because the ones that actually put them together ain't there no more. You ever thought about that? Like things that meant so much to you don't mean nothing without family. And it just go to show you things like that. Christmas, birthdays, uh, Thanksgiving, like my aunt Gussie, God bless her soul, she used to cook Thanksgiving dinner every Thanksgiving. We'd go to our house in Jersey. Food everywhere, pies, cakes everywhere, drinks, punches, out, everything you can think of is cooked, and you just see faces that you've been seeing for years. You're seeing babies turn to preteens. You seeing elders turning to senior citizens. You seeing young adults turning to older adults. You seeing, because year after year it's the same old thing. But what happens when you start sitting at that table and it's less people? And be like, man, I remember when Auntie Gussie used to sit over there. I remember when Auntie Ann used to sit over there. I remember when Uncle Robert used to sit over there. I remember when my grandmother used to sit right there. I remember when my cousins used to sit over there. And when you look up, ain't nobody due to the circumstances. That's why we gotta cherish one another because we all on a time limit, man. That's why I don't have no quarrels and I don't have no disgruntled feelings about nobody because life too short. I love all my niggas, truly do, because all we got at the end of the day. If any of my niggas passed away tomorrow, I would be hurt, truly hurt. Like my man Bob, he passed away like a few years, like 2 years back, and we planning on linking up after years of separation. Like I'ma come, like we know we got that time. Like yeah, we just know we gonna see each other. Like we know we got that time. Like yeah, bro, I'ma come late. And my boy died on me, bro. We didn't have that time. And we ain't have that one last time we can kick it or laugh and smoke or do whatever we could have did like we used to do for one last time because we think we got time. We think we own time. We don't own this shit. We don't run this shit. We don't own nothing. We don't own time. We don't own nothing. We don't own even the shit we own. We don't own because when you leave, you can't take it. This shit is meaningless. You know what's meaningful? Us, family, the people you meet, the people you bond with, the people you grow with. That's the meaningful shit. The meaningless shit, cars, jewelry, all that shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing without family. It don't mean nothing. You can have everything in the world, but if you ain't got nobody around, you ain't even enjoy. You can't enjoy it by yourself. You can't. You gotta be a selfish MF to enjoy the fruits of life by yourself. Like I'm just enjoying this. You can have you'll have a 30-room mansion and you in there by yourself. How's that fun? Who are you talking to? Just being selfish. So I want everybody that's tuning in, I want my fans to know we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't control time. We don't have time. We don't own it. We don't control it. It keeps going. When we sleep, time is going past. So no, we don't have time. So if you want to do something, just do it. You're not a failure if you try. You're a failure if you're not trying. So just do it. We don't have time. We don't own time. We don't know when we're going to wake up tomorrow. We don't know if we're going to go on the next second. We don't know nothing. We don't control nothing. And that's what we gotta realize. We don't control nothing. We don't control nothing. We don't have no control over nothing. Everything can be taken away from us. Everything. So what do we own? What are we working so hard for? What does it all mean at at the end? What does it all mean? The accolades, the money, the jewelry, the cars, the women, the experience, the ups, the downs, the pain, the tears, what does it all mean if we don't control it? We don't control nothing. All we doing is just defacing legacies that people fell in love with. We disappointments to a lot of people because we portray a certain thing and we show another thing, and we all at fault for that. Every last one of us. So until next time, it's your boy Casa. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, cause um, you gotta you gotta appreciate the time, bro. You gotta appreciate the time. That's the most valuable thing. Is the time, y'all. We don't got time. We don't own it. We don't control nothing. So love your loved ones while you can. Do what you can while you can. Cause we don't control nothing. Word. We don't control nothing. Love your kids. Word. Love on your kids. Love on your moms while you gotta. Love on your friends. Succeed at whatever you want to do because we don't have time. We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't control it. All we have is moments. All we have is motion. All we have is we I wouldn't even call it time no more. We just have moments, bro. So don't be spending your time on bullshit. Don't be spending your time around bullshit people. Love on your sons, love on your daughters, love on your mothers, your uncles, your aunts, because we don't have time. Real nigga shit, man. The most valuable thing in life is time. It ain't about no bullshit fucking jewelry. Ain't about no bullshit sneakers, clothes, cars. None of that shit don't mean nothing without family. None of that shit don't mean nothing, bro. We just dissing each other, shitting on one another. For what? It don't mean nothing. The shit is meaningless. Let's start doing some meaningful shit, bro. Let's make every moment, every minute, every second count for the better. Because we don't got time. Word to mother, we don't got time, yo. We don't got time. We don't control none of this. We don't know what the future holds. None of us do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I come on my platform and just let y'all know that I'ma always come up here and be informative and let y'all know the real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about being unconscious. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Cause my birth certificate is say Antonio Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And it got a birthday on it, and I'm gonna have a death date one day. You know what I'm saying? We all going, but we don't got time. Stop playing with your time. Go hard. Go get yours. Enjoy life. Smile. Fuck the meaningless shit. Let's do meaningful shit. Word. sorry to hear that, Steve, man. Hold your head, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold your head. Or, but until next time, it's your boy Uncasa. Y'all stay focused. Let's put this bullshit to the side. Let's put all that. Let's put all this corny shit to the side, world. Let's put it. Let's make hip hop fun again. Let's make podcasts dope again. Let's make it fun. Let's make it entertaining. Let's do the meaningful things. Let's really leave something behind because we do not have the time. Till next time, it's your boy